What is your thinking process when you're listening to music? So, when you hear a piece of music or a song that comes on the radio, on television, or any place, doesn't really matter where it is, what is your brain, what is happening? What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about, I love that song, it's my jam. Hey, it's my jam. Okay. You need to know how you think about music. I think about music in terms of the elements. When I hear something, I'm listening for certain features that stick out. So if something is happening rhythmically that's interesting, then I will focus on the rhythm. Like, why is that rhythm so interesting in this music? Or it may be something melodic. And then I focus on my attention on that melodic feature that they are presenting at that time. Or it could be harmonic. I like the way the harmonies are changing, so that deals with harmonic rhythm, but I also like the density of the harmonies. Or it could be formal. Oh, that was asymmetrical. Those phrases were asymmetrical. The average person wouldn't even catch that, but I caught it. See, I think like that. I'm not saying that you have to think like that, but I'm saying if I am listening to music, what am I thinking about? Am I just enjoying the music like my sisters or my family members or my friends, and they're not thinking about the music at all? Matter of fact, 9 times out of 10, if you talk to anybody in your family and friends, they are going to be relating everything to the lyrics. Like the song is about this, and the song is about that, and the song, and the song, and the song. They're not necessarily talking about music. And I have to remind students that lyrics are not music. Lyrics are words that are placed on top of our notes and our pitches. They exist whether it's music or not. So we can take the lyrics off the song and it can be a poem. So the lyrics are separate. They have a different function for the music. So, but the average person, they don't listen to the music. They can't describe the music. They can't have an intellectual conversation about the music because nobody has really presented it to them in a way for them to have those type of conversations. So all they really can talk about is the lyrics. And what you want your students to be able to do is, okay, I can listen to the lyrics the first time because I probably should listen to the words because some of these words on some songs are sketchy. So you might want to listen to the words before you play that song in front of some people. Or you're singing it yourself and you don't really know what you're singing. So you want to pay attention to the words, of course. But only because you're trying to understand the context of the song. But the actual notation, the actual pictures and things of that sort, that's what we really concentrate on. We concentrate on the music part of it. We're concentrating on the rhythm. We're concentrating on the melody. We're concentrating on the harmony. What are those things, those features that stand out? Now, if we have a rhythm that's very repetitive, then we're not really paying attention to that. We might hear it and say, okay, repeat it, okay, I'm done with that, because this rhythm is the same. So what in this music kind of stands out? The harmonic rhythm might be the same, but then the rhythm of what the singer is saying is very interesting. It's like they got ba ba da ba ba da da ba da 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 da. Okay, that's interesting. Like, good Lord. Because those are some advanced rhythms that's going on in comparison to the basic rhythms that may be in the accompaniment section. So when you're listening to music, you want to think about, what am I hearing? What features am I hearing? What element does it pertain to? And then what concept does it pertain to? So when I think about music, I'm actually thinking about music. And unfortunately, I can't turn it off. I'm a musician. When I'm listening to it, I can hear it and I get excited about some things that are happening. And then if it's too repetitive for me, I turn it off. I just can't take it. I'm not one of those people that actually listen to the lyrics a lot. I really focus in on the music to see what's interesting about this music. And so it could be the formal structure. It could be the style. It could be any of those things that we use. It could be the way that they're using articulations and dynamics that make this particular music very interesting. So that's how I listen to music, and that's how I teach my students my music ed students how to listen to the music, to break them down into different categories. So in other classes, they do it slightly different, and that's great because we want to make sure that students are learning it many different ways. You learn it my way, you learn it the music history way, professor's way, you learn it the music theorists, how they break down the music in order to listen for those different type of sounds. That's all great. All we care about is that you are able to identify these sounds, tell us and describe what these sounds are doing and why they are a feature in this music, and how does it add or subtract from the music that is being created or produced. So you want to think about your thinking process. Well, how have I been thinking about music all these years? I've been listening to music all these years. Have I actually been thinking about it, or I just been kind of just enjoying it like regular people? Well, you're not regular people. You're studying music, or you're already a music teacher and you're getting ready to take this exam for certification. We're not regular people when it comes to music. We have studied a lot of music in order to understand how it works, where it comes from, the people who created it, and why it's important. We have done a lot of that. So if you have not been thinking differently about music, about how to break it down and analyze it and to understand how it works, you want to start to do that on a regular basis. And the more you do that, you'll start to find that you can identify this piece of music and what period it's from. Why? Because I know the sounds that come from that particular period. You will be able to understand or hear certain types of instruments. Why? Because you've listened to a lot of different instruments and you are very familiar with that sound of that instrument. So I know that's from that historical period as well, because that instrument was very prominent in that historical period. So those are some of the things that you want to think about. First thing is, think about your thinking process and find out how you have been thinking about music. And if you have not been really going in depth with music and really finding out what's going on inside of it, this is a great time to start. So let's start thinking about music in a variety of ways, but more importantly, let's think about it in a way that helps us to not only prepare for an exam, but prepare to teach our students in the future.